All right, how's everybody feeling today? Let me hear you again. How are you guys feeling? All right. One more day here at Eat Denver, and we appreciate everyone coming. We want to also create awareness and appreciate all volunteers, everybody from the crew to all organizers and stewards at Eat Denver, putting their time and their community efforts for a beautiful another year of Eat Denver. So I am here with John Pollard. He's gonna introduce us to the next section. And thank you, everybody. Round of applause here for our host and founder of Eat Denver, John Pollard. Thank you, everybody, for coming today.
Thanks, Jorge. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to kick off our marquee content for Friday evening. So every year we have an action-packed lineup of really fun, but top-end content. So to kick this off, every year we have a live taping of a podcast. So in the past, we've had Bankless, we've had Bad Crypto, we've had a few others, but tonight, we have this special treat of the Aubservation being taped live here on the stage. So I'm going to bring up Aubrey Strobel. Aubrey Strobel. Is she coming? There she is. Everybody say hi to Aubrey. How are you?
Oh, thank you for having me.
Well, you're welcome, and I'm going to go ahead and hand the mic to you to introduce your co-host and your guests, so take it away.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks, John. How's everybody doing? Feeling good? It's 6 p.m. on a Friday, and you're at a crypto conference during a bear market. I'm going to invite up my co-host, Marguerite Descourcelles, a.k.a. coin artist, absolute legend, CEO of Blockade Labs, joining the Aubservation as a co-host today. And we are doing a panel on rising stars in Web3 today. So I'm going to have each guest intro themselves as they come up. So welcome up, panel. And feel free to sit over here on this side couch. And here, Marguerite.
Can I be you?
Thank you.
How are you?
I'll be here.
No, I'm not.
Sit wherever you want. Just sit wherever you feel. Yeah, and we have champagne on this podcast today.
Okay.
This is good. This is good seating. It's all good. Let's make sure the mics work. But while we check that out,
Hello?
I know what you guys are all thinking. Why is a Bitcoin podcast at ETH Denver? But it's fine because, the Bitcoin community kicked me out because I support ordinals, so it's all fine, right? Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. They do know ordinals. They just talked about it 2 panels ago. But Bitcoin NFTs.
Well, I just want to see a show of hands. Do you guys know what ordinals are?
Or no, I can share.
Pretty sure they know.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so for context, Aubrey and I were roommates.
They were roommates.
We were roommates during the bull season.
It was a wild time, honestly.
Yeah, so so I work in Web3, and due to the fact that she was in a Bitcoin space, she had to endure my Web3 degenerate side.
But then you brought me in. So.
I did bring her in. I made her do all kinds of crazy things in DeFi, lose lots of money.
On Grimace Coin.
We're running out of
Anyway, let's go around and intro, and everyone can kind of intro what they're working on in Web3.
And then
Well, I started in this domain back in late 2017.
And your name as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Iman Hirraoui. I'm from Egypt. I came first time to Denver. But this is not my first time to attend the conference. My first time was in DevCon 5 as one of the DevCon schoolers in Osaka. So I started in back to 2017, late 2017, and I fell in love with crypto from the first video, honestly. So I said to myself, I was full stack developer, so I said, okay, I want to be a blockchain developer by next March. It was November 2017. And I said I will be blockchain developer by March 2018. And I did it. And yeah.
Round of applause for that.
And in 2019, I was accepted as the only woman, Arab woman in DEF CON Scholar, the only Egyptian in the scholarship. And, the journey started from here. But when I went to DEF CON, I saw some amazing community, but why we don't have it in the Arab region? Like, we don't have anything in the Arab region. And I have kind of cool conversation with the community there. And I said, okay, if you couldn't find it, let's do it. It's a sign. So I founded Arab Safe Blockchain to help to onboard more Arabs to the domain and organize a yearly based blockchain week in the Arab region. We made it like in 2021, in 2022, and we are doing it in 2023 in Egypt, Jordan, and Dubai. And one day will be virtual. And also because I found that no community for women, Arab women in blockchain, I co-founded Noon DAO to help and support more Arab women in blockchain. It's co-founded by 4 Arab women, Khulud from Egypt, from Saudi Arabia, Mariam from Lebanon, Nada from Jordan, and myself from Egypt. Yeah.
Amazing.
I don't have one. So my sister's here, over there, Andrew McGinty, and Aaron Riley, and they actually brought us upstage this fantastic champagne to serve all of us in celebrating these wonderful women. So I want to make sure they get a chance to come up here and serve it. Aaron Riley's tasting room in Napa was the best rated wine tasting room in Napa this year in Wine Spectator. So just like, when we're talking about powerful women, it's fantastic to have them here.
We're celebrating them. This is also breaking my 30-day alcohol detox, I guess, on stage. So, but I'm down to toast. Okay, moving down the panel.
Awesome. Hey, everyone. I'm Serena. I lead growth for Uniswap Labs. Been, I guess, a journey for me. A journey for me into crypto that started really in Web 2, what we would now call Web 2 fintech, where I've spent most of my career hoping to increase financial access and then ultimately feeling like I was building better mousetraps like every time. I got pretty disillusioned with it after almost 10 years in the space. Started my own company that ended up helping designers launch fashion NFTs, which is a story for another time, but how I actually started down the crypto rabbit hole before like pretty quickly discovering DeFi and realizing like, oh, everything that I wanted to do is actually possible on new rails and actually a different system and not just building a better mousetrap. That's how I got into DeFi and now leading growth with Uniswap and excited to talk on this like badass panel.
Sorry.
Woo! Thanks for being here. Okay.
Hey, I'm Anastasia, aka Rusgarian. I'm in the space since...
Thank you.
so much.
Sorry.
I'm in the space since 2017, was in the tech space for like the past 15 years, so I had a pretty smooth transition to Web3. I got really interested in, I started with Ethereum, read the white paper, got really interested in what smart contracts are, what they can do. So I went through a bunch of phases. I was in the NFT space, CeFi, DeFi, venture capital, and currently I'm a full-time DAO contributor. One of the DAOs that I'm really passionate about is, and I'm a member of, is Metagamma Delta. It's community, a very inclusive community. Not only women, but supporting women-led projects in Web3, providing grants, technical, non-technical support, and everything that you need, basically.
And the Metagamma Delta started here in Denver in 2020.
Yes, they actually launched here. That's true. So we have an anniversary. And another DAO that I want just to mention super quick is DAOesco. It's again a very great community of builders and creators in the space that develop and create value at the convergence of historical heritage and Web3. which is like heritage preservance with a great cause. So just wanted to mention those two. So that's about me in short. And in general, I'm a BizDev and growth strategist.
Okay, is this? Okay, so my name is Solange Gueiros. The people used to call me Sol. I'm so happy that this year we started the Camp Build. And me and John Paller did this together. And we have 6 days, 200 students that was in another place, another building, learning all time, all day. And then they was prepared to come here and be together with all the other hackers, and they are building projects now. I'm pretty sure that we will see amazing projects. Also, I am the co-founder of Itsamba, an organization in Brazil that runs boot camps and hackathons, and I am a developer advocate at Chainlink Labs. I used to travel around the world to teach developers in any conferences.
Amazing. Thank you all. We'll start with Serena and over at Uniswap, and you guys just launched Test Flight today. And I just kind of want to get your background. You made the jump from Web 2 to Web 3 in growth, which we were a little bit talking about backstage, and that must be just so daunting. You're going from knowing so much data to knowing barely anything.
Yeah, we were just talking about this, but I think there's a lot like our industry is going to be thinking about on what growth means for Web 3. But for example, like at Web 2 companies, when you talk about growing users, it's like the classic shit, right? You like cookie your users and then you send them ads and you follow them all over the internet. Like that's how you do it. But like, what does that look like in a world where you actually believe in privacy and you say like, we're actually not going to know anything about our users? Maybe sometimes we'll know wallet addresses, but like nothing else. We don't even know if it's like one user with 6 wallets or just like one wallet, you know? And like, so I kind of got to Uniswap. I was like, whoa, like that's just such a different world to think about growth. But it's like the world I want to live in, right? Like I don't want to live in the world where I'm going to be followed all over the internet, but it's an entirely unique challenge to start with. And like same thing with open source. Like I want to live in the default open source world, and like certainly that's what we do at Uniswap and most throughout Web3. But again, there it's like, okay, yeah, when you think about like classic, you know, just Web 2 business models and things like that, they all kind of fall apart. And I think that's what's so exciting about kind of like transitioning in is thinking about everything from first principles and like ground up. It's really exciting.
I just want to like ask you a question about your experience at Uniswap, because MC, who's the COO of Uniswap, who's kind of a legend, we were just talking about this the other day about how Uniswap actually is like over 50% women and killing it.
Yes.
And so what is that, like with your traditional background and coming into Uniswap, I'm just so curious because that's so different than anything else we've heard about in this space. Yeah.
Totally. I mean, absolutely. And it's like one of those self-fulfilling kind of prophecies because we have a good number of women and we are 50% women, which is like pretty unbelievable. Women feel more want to come and work at Uniswap, you know, so it just is a circle. But yeah, I come to other sometimes crypto events and I'm like, oh, whoa, I have to remind myself that the industry is like not very diverse because Uniswap really is, which I'm really proud of. And like that's a lot thanks to MC and other like women leaders who have recruited other women, and that's just how it goes. But yeah.
Yeah. Iman, it's Iman, right?
Yes.
Yes, got it. I would love to hear more about your DAO and how it's sort of impacting women, but also just like the region. How is it being received? Like how are people experiencing it?
Because in the Arab region, we are 22 countries talking the same language, you know, like we are sharing the same history, same custom. We know each other very well. Like it's easier to communicate. So we thought that, you know, first of all, we need to make it a DAO just because we want to onboard more people with us. And we founded it as a nonprofit organization because anyone contributing with us, it's from day one, it's a DAO, okay? And we are starting with educating women and men, of course, anyone welcome to join. But there are kind of benefits for women, like kind of hiring, all these stuff. We are like trying to help women more in these areas. So we are starting with educating women about what is blockchain. You know, like everything 101. What is blockchain? What is Web3? what's the potential in this technology, why you should join, why you should care about it. Because there is a survey done by RAIN, one of the most popular exchange in the MENA region, said that the majority of women who are already using this exchange said if they know the crypto, they would invest more. They didn't even know what is blockchain, what is crypto, what's the potential in this technology. So we are starting with giving them kind of introduction about each domain in crypto, what's the potential, why you should care about it, and giving them, opening the doors for them if you want to dig deeper, in NFT as artist or as developer or whatever. We are matching you with those who can help you to learn more. And after you learn, now it's perfect, now you feel like you got the skills needed, we will not leave you alone. We should help you to work. So we have kind of job board for you to work. And also because one of the main challenges we have in the Arab region, we don't have a role model for women. So after 5 years now in the blockchain domain, I saw so many amazing women. But guess what? We start the conversation with, oh, you are in crypto. I didn't know you. This first time to know you. Oh, I had some problem, explaining that all of us had the same story. Even if I'm in tech and she's in business or she's in content creation, we are kind of scattered. But if we could have one place so we can help each other and we can inspire each other. For me, one day came, I'm crazy, all my family against me, all my friends against me, why I'm doing this? But I just followed my heart. And so do all the rest of the women. So we are trying now to even highlight and feature the role model. Just to say, okay, you are from Egypt, you are not living in the capital, there is someone who's living far away and she has the same problem. She's like you, raised up in Egypt, and she could do it. If she could do it, you could do it. So this is one of the things we are doing as well.
So Anastasia, we've been friends for a hot minute, right? So I've been following her journey since she was at Outlier Ventures, which is a big metaverse company, and then NFT 42. And now you've kind of broken off to do your own thing. And we met in Dubai. So I'm so curious where your passion lies right now and what you're chasing. What are you so excited about Web3 now that you're doing, what are your ambitions?
Just before I dive into it about how we met, I think it will help a lot of women and not only in the space just to reach out. I just saw you coming to Dubai, and I knew where you were fundraising back then for Blockade Games, and I was in VC. I was like, gosh, if I reach out to her, there are thousands of followers, right? She probably will never answer. And I was really at the brink for a couple of days. I was like, probably won't answer, right? But you did right away, and now we're basically a one big extended family. So yeah, I wanted to say, do reach out. We are a very inclusive community. So where my passion lies at the moment, I want to really help inclusion in the space, and not just yes, we need adoption, not just let's bring more people in. We want people to be passionate and to actually build and bring value in the space. We don't just want everyone to come in and start using crypto. It's not the point. Anyone can join it. We have brilliant developers, right? Just literally sitting next to me here. We have marketers, we have PRs, and so we have space for everyone. So just reach out. We need so much brains and power, right? So I'm very passionate, in bringing in more people, especially women in tech, and bridging to women in Web3. Probably I'm also very passionate about public goods. This is a pretty new concept in the space.
What's the DAO you were telling me about? Can you talk a little bit more about it? Because that was the first time I had heard about it, and it sounded like it was really focused on that mission.
The DAO that is empowering women, basically, and providing grants for them. This is Meta Gamma Delta, MGD. It was founded 2 years ago, right? Here at Denver. So, yeah, basically, an anniversary at the moment. Really brilliant. By the way, not only by women. Actually, I learned that Joshua from Mopolis, 0x Joshua, had to bring in more women. So actually, the balance between guys and girls is better. So we have a lot of we're a very inclusive community, and yeah, we provide on one side, we provide grants for women-led projects in the space, and all the rest of the support that's needed. If it's GTM or business strategy, or just connecting you to your next investor, fleshing out your IT and so on. Fleshing out, sorry.
And making our way back around, sorry, it's been taking a minute to get back to Solange, a legend in the Web3 ecosystem in Brazil, is that correct? And co-founder of Camp Biddle. So how has that gone this year? How have you found it?
It was last year in Rio de Janeiro. I ran Ethereum Rio, and it's supposed to be like a one-day event. At the end, we did a 10 days event with 3 days of a boot camp, a hackathon, and also the main conference. And I just realized, and for me it was so important to really help the people and use my best skills, that is to teach. And now I'm doing this, I'm really in an educator role, and helping all the organizations to create boot camps and to create spaces to learn. This is so important. Talk about organizations and DAOs. I'd like to mention, like HerDAO, we have some human here that came with scholarship from HerDAO, or we have other as well. But it's so important that we have a lot of organizations and DAOs now that are supporting women. Is so important. And come back to the education part. It's like I try to teach in a way that anyone can learn and use. Like we have 200 people creating their first smart contract. Doesn't matter if it's a developer or non-developer. I used to say that I try to open ways, open paths, open roles to our women in the space. And I like to say that blockchain is unisex. It doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman. You can learn, you can be together, and this space is so inclusive. In the beginning, it always was me and a lot of men. Now we have more women here, but I'm so happy with this, that we are growing and having more women in the space.
Thank you so much. Apparently, we got close to time. I wanted to give I don't know. We're only a 30-minute segment, should be an hour, but I want to give everyone just like a quick one-liner. If you could sum up what you're most excited about, that you're working on currently, or that someone else is working on in Web3, just feel free to shout it out, and we'll just go back around.
Should I start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick soundbite, because they gave us the...
It's about onboarding more community to blockchain, and in order to achieve that, we want new ways to achieve that, to enable this. First of all, one of the things we are working on is a dictionary, a glossary, to help improve the Arabic content. It's called Abjadao, and it's formed by expert in technical translation and expert in blockchain to set together to discuss why we should call this and to improve the content. Second of all, in order to build a sustainable community in blockchain, we should focus on the university students. So now we have kind of projects focused on kind of international educational session in each university in the Arab region. Now we have kind of approval from several universities in the Arab region, and we already hosted one-day event in Egypt, in American University in Cairo, and it was the first one in the university, and like the first of its kind, like since 4 years now. Yeah, this is what we're doing.
All right, if we're talking about the thing we're most excited about or working on now, I'm definitely going to plug for the Uniswap wallet that was released and announced today. If you guys haven't downloaded it yet, it's an iOS wallet. It is available on test flight, and you can check our Twitter for a link to download. The reason I'm so excited about it is it gives us a chance to bring everything that we did to DEXs, like that easy, intuitive, like really user-friendly way of swapping to mobile now, and just to bring it to more people, more touch points, and continue to bring DeFi to the masses.
What I'm most excited about now is, I know it's a bit further off from what I was just discussing, but it's DAO tooling. And though I'm not a builder in space of the DAO tools, I'm using them. And I recently conceptualized a new membership curation mechanism that I will be implementing with one of the DAOs I mentioned, using some of the tools. I won't start saying like which ones there are, because there are like a bunch. And the most important thing for us, the non-technical people that actually will be using all those tools that you are building, is modularity and interoperability. Basically, we want to be able to basically mix and match, plug and play. And they need to be intuitive enough for the users and the DAO members to use them. So this is what I'm most excited about.
Yes. So I am most excited about 2 points. One is related to Chainlink, because here in Denver we launched the functions, and this is the way that you can use any API external of the blockchain using JavaScript code and bring all the information to your smart contract. And like, I am a developer, this is so amazing. And the other point was the Can Build. Me and Derek, the steward from Denver that was with me the 6 days together, we really see all the students growing day by day. And we also, more than 50% of the students came alone to Denver. And they imagine your courage to be here alone and in a new space and learn everything from zero. And they are here now, and they are creating their projects in this moment. I'm so excited to see their projects later. It's just...
Thank you, everyone. Thank you to my co-hosts, Coin Artists, for coming out to the Aubservation. Make sure you like and subscribe the podcast. Shout out to Cash App for making an accessible way for people to get involved in crypto. And thank you so much to this panel and ETH Denver. What?
Wait, one more. And watch the Aubservation. Aubrey's amazing, and her shows are killing it. I don't know if you've seen her episodes, but she's breaking the most hot, trendy, just getting after the fun things everyone actually wants to talk about. She's the one doing that. So watch the Aubservation.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, ETH Denver.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Aubservation. So who has mic 1? Can I have mic 1, please?